Hi and welcome to my video. So this is going to be a video about Ober Gatlinburg, which is an amusement park in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Now, Ober Gatlinburg is on top of the mountain, and the easiest way to get there is to take the tram ride from their main hub down on Main Street in Gatlinburg. And so that's what this is. We're all loading on top of the into the tramway. If the ride itself interests you, I do have a full video on the tram ride. This lady over here, like, waving her hand in her face and stuff, she was pretty funny. She was freaking out. I will tell you that this thing moves pretty quick, and it is definitely very high. So if heights is not something that you're into, I would suggest at least not being near the window. But again, once this thing starts moving, it actually cooled down quite a bit. It wasn't really too hot in here. All this video footage I'm shooting is with my GoPro. It's just strapped to my backpack. That's why it's just kind of randomly pointing at stuff. And that's what this whole video is just my GoPro footage. I do have a lot of other videos of Ober Gatlinburg, like of the Amish crazy people in the zoo area and of the ride up and so forth like that. But anyways, go ahead and sit back and relax. We'll be on top of the mountain here in just a minute.
You better hope you have some. From the top, I'll pass it. There's two of them all the way back now.
Go ahead. You're fine. It wasn't bad being up here in the front. That air felt pretty good.
Alright, sir.
Want to get down now, Sadie?
Guys have fun.
He's got to be so used to that ride up and down. It wasn't bad at all. Yeah, I know. It wasn't bad at all. Did you see the abandoned hotel right on the first peak? Mm-hmm. Right off the bat? I was like, oh, how do you get over there? Oh. Those people next to me were pretty ridiculous. I was like, oh no, this is not, I'm not doing this. Yeah. That's why I was like, I'm going up the front. I shot video the whole way up. I shot it. I just said that.
So this is Ober Gatlinburg, and let me tell you a little bit about this. I don't know how old it is, but it's definitely not a newer attraction. And when I say attraction, it kind of is a hodgepodge of everything. Probably my favorite part of going to Ober Gatlinburg is actually taking the tram, because the views and everything are very pretty. The next thing would probably be the zoo part. Now, as you see, they have like some amusement rides inside. It's more or less set up like a mall in here. A lot of the stuff seems to be more winter related, which makes sense. This is probably very popular during the winter. Now there is a whole ice arena right here,
look, you can ride tubes
where they do the bumper tube kind of things, and then you can ice skate on the other side. Up there to the left is the arcade, and then there's the sidewalk cafe and a whole bunch of stuff like that. I did go down a hallway on the right hand side, and there was basically nothing back there. It was like meeting rooms. There was a restaurant that's not open back there. There was a restaurant upstairs that we noticed when we were outside, but we didn't notice that at first. And, you know, here's like a big store that just kind of sells everything. My brother did buy a t-shirt at one of the, like, kiosks.
I connected to
but,
it, but
there,
like,
you know, that's it.
usually
They do have
you
free
accept the
Wi-Fi, but we
terms
couldn't
and
get the
services
Wi-Fi
or
to
something.
work,
It didn't
so
ever
I
ask
don't
me
know
that.
how that worked in there. But we're just kind of walking
I don't
around
even
checking
care.
out
I'll
this
just get a
place
slice
right
of
now.
pizza or something.
So we're on top now, and we're entering the arcade here at Ober Gatlinburg. And as you can tell, there's not really much going on here. It's just kind of a concrete room at the top of the building that they've just slapped a bunch of older arcade games. There's nothing new in here by any means. And the funny thing is in Gatlinburg at the Gatlinburg Tower arcade, that place is amazing and fun, and you can spend hours in there. This is really just something for your kid to wander into and throw $1 in. It really truly reminds me of like those arcades in like hotels or at the bowling alley or something like that. I mean, as you can even see with the like windows, they have that lattice work that's painted white, and they have fake plants in here, kind of randomly stuck places, which I don't know. I don't even know why they have that. I felt really bad for the employee up here. It wasn't too hot in here, but it wasn't cool by any means. And then just over here, I mean, they just have all the like stuff kind of shoved back behind those Bankum machines, and there's some fake plants right there. And as you could see, the whole place was really busy, like the actual Ober Gatlinburg. But up here in the arcade, there was like 2 people. And yeah, there they are right there, and they're just playing one of those like quarter drop machines. You know, not really the most exciting arcade by any means. Don't head to Ober Gatlinburg to go to the arcade. It's just something that's extra that's there, but they should really put in some more time and money on that place. So this is just a picture of the Sidewalk Cafe, and here's the bumper things on the ice. I never did end up doing these. I kind of wanted to, and I don't know why I didn't. Everything up here at Ober Gatlinburg costs extra money. So if you want to go to the zoo part, you're going to pay extra money. If you're going to go ride these, you got to pay extra money. If you want to go ice skating, it's extra money. So just be aware of that. If you just pay for the tram and you're just going up top, basically you're just kind of walking around in a mall. I mean, I'll say it right now, it was hot outside. It's not hot in here. I mean, anytime that you're going to have a full ice rink in a place, it's going to keep it pretty cool. So, I mean, that's a plus. The views are real pretty, but, you know, plan on spending some extra money when you come up here.
Jesus Christ.
Giant crazy thing? Whatever it was. Yeah. I'll go to the Christ Museum and Gardens.
I don't
It's gonna suck. I mean, the ice skating part's cool. I don't know why they're fucking arcade is crap. That like reminds me of like the really crappy ones in like the basement of a hotel.
Well, because of the stupid arcade revolution going on again, all the old games and everything are now worth more, and those big old companies are taking them.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, no, you agree though? That reminds me of the one where it's like...
Well, I mean, I bet the people who own the machines, since they just take orders, fucking put them down out over, you know, put it down there.
like when you're staying at some, you know, like resort place or something.
Oh, so that's where you go wait.
Yeah, and it's not up and running, so that's the ski hill. They do tubing also, I guess, in the winter.
Oh no, see, when you said something about walkers, I hadn't even seen that. Got good window.
I didn't know they had a water slide.
Yeah, I only know that from up there in the arcade. It says no he wet dollar bills in that thing.
Oh no, you're right, a little raft.
Dude, ain't nobody over here.
The Blue Cyclone Rapids, bro.
Mountain coaster, bro?
Some putt-putt golf, and then you got the
Mountain coaster.
lift all the way to the top. Oh yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, that's the Alpine slide all the way down. Those are kind of boring.
I'm gonna give you a t-shirt.
Alright.
Just because I do.
That's what we said.
Over.
I didn't say it. Especially when you come up.
There is a restaurant right up there.
Oh, that's what I thought. I was wondering because it said go upstairs.
Yeah. Lounge, that means
So I
there's
had to go out
booze.
that door and go
Let's
up.
get a shitload of beer.
I know, that's what I was saying. I've been seeing people drinking this.
Just getting hammered, bro. You're going through here. Yeah, I don't feel like riding that thing all the way up and coming down on an alpine slide right now. Because I wouldn't bring this big camera if I... Like if I just had my backpack, that's fine. But I'd have to kind of like pack this and then hold the backpack in my lap.
So this is the part that goes to the zoo, and honestly, this is probably, or was one of my favorite things actually up here at Ober Gatlinburg. They have bears, there's otters, there was like foxes and raptors, and then there's a whole nocturnal house. Unfortunately, the whole nocturnal house was packed with weird Amish people. There's a whole video I did on that one. You can watch it where they're pounding on the glass and yelling at the raccoons and stuff and speaking their weird Dutch language and stuff. It's completely odd, but the zoo part is really cool. It's definitely worth the money. Unlike, say, the Cherokee Bear Pits, which I also have a video on, this isn't like depressing. The Cherokee Bear Pits, you actually kind of feel very bad for the bears, and you're like, oh boy, this thing kind of feel bad that you're there. This is actually a pretty nice zoo, and this is probably one of my favorite things for sure that was up here, and it was totally worth the trip just to come up here.
Something.
So as you can see, it was pretty hot, and the bears weren't very active. They were just kind of laying around in the shade on the nice cool concrete. You hear that weird banging noise, and what we think that was one of the bears is actually locked in the other part, and they're keeping him separate, and that sounds like him just banging on the door trying to get in. But yeah, this guy, he just was kind of napping and everything as his friends wanting to try to come and join him.
It's all downhill from here, I promise. You guys look over on the right-hand side, you will see the huge mountain range sitting right back over there. That is Mount LeConte. That is Tennessee's second largest peak, reaching at 6,500 feet in elevation. There is 2 ways up that mountain, and both of them by trail. One is 5.2 miles, the other one is 14.7. The one that takes 14.7 takes me an average of about 5.5 hours to get up to the top. I do recommend it. It is an awesome walk. There's another thing that's real good about that mountain. There is a lodge up top as well, but you do have to book it a year in advance to actually be able to stay the night. They do not have any electricity whatsoever or running water, but they do have well pumps up top. It's a nice little experience away from everything. And yes, by the way, there is no Wi-Fi.
So here we are on the tram heading back down now, and honestly, Ober Gatlinburg, I'm not sure if it was as fun as I thought it would be. I've seen other videos, the ones with like Adam the Woo or the Carpetbagger, and they're just having a great time up there. I kind of thought it sucked. So the ride all the way up is cool. The views are pretty. The zoo part was pretty interesting. But, you know, unless you're going to go up there and you're going to pay the extra money and do the bumper things, which, like as you saw, they weren't moving very fast, so I didn't really feel like just kind of spinning around in a circle on the ice. I'm from Colorado. If I want to go ice skating, I can go ice skating. The Alpine slide would have been okay, I guess, if that's something that you're into. I'm not really big into the Alpine slides just because you have to ride a chairlift, and chairlifts scare the crap out of me. I always feel like I'm going to slide out of the thing. And also, I didn't really come prepared. I had a big camera with a tripod and stuff like that, so there wasn't really an easy way. I'm pretty sure there was lockers or a locker area, because it is like a ski resort, I guess, during the winter, or at least tubing or something like that. So the arcade was depressing. We never made it into the upstairs restaurant. We ended up just getting some nachos from the sidewalk cafe and sitting there and watching a little girl like make her dad put her on the merry-go-round like 50 times. It was kind of funny. She kept on crying every time the thing would stop. It was really cute. And but unless you wanted to really do a lot of the outdoor stuff there, like you saw in the video, there's a water park, kind of. I mean, I don't know, it's some water rides, but you'd have to know ahead of time and bring a swimsuit, I'm guessing, or just say screw it and get all your stuff wet. I'm not really sure how that works. We didn't really walk around the corner, but there wasn't really much else over there. There was kind of a couple little kiddie rides. There's most of the amusement park itself really is kind of geared towards like small children. Inside what I would say is like the mall area isn't really a lot of shopping that I was interested in. There was a lot of winter gear and kind of like a ski shop and stuff like that. And it's August at this point in time, so it's like I don't really want to buy that. And again, I live in Colorado, so I don't really need ski gear or anything. I don't know. It was an interesting place. I would probably definitely say ride the gondola up, walk around, come back down. That's basically what we did. The only thing that we really stopped and did was see the bears and stuff like that. Other than that, I'm not sure if Ober Gatlinburg is worth your time. I know that they just opened a new place, and it had just opened when we were there, called like Anarchista. That wasn't really my cup of tea, but that's another place that you ride a gondola all the way up on top, and then you can like run around on rope ladders and do obstacle course things and just sit there and stare at the view or something like that. But I wasn't really interested in that. So anyways, that's Ober Gatlinburg in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, share this video. Check out my other videos. Like I said, I do have other videos just on Ober Gatlinburg, of the tram ride, of the crazy Amish people and stuff like that. Feel free to watch those ones and share them, and view, comment, like, all that stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching and have a good day.